Somebody's rocking my dream boat. Okay, on to the oscillator in the oscillator can. It's in the can. Once you got the thing unbolted and taken off the chassis, and you got all the connection ends on the thing to whatever it's connected to. Typically it connects most of this stuff to the band switch. Sorry for the oscillations. The fan is going. Let me turn it down a little bit because I know some people get a little dizzy, and once in a while whenever I see somebody zooming around and this and there and everywhere, I get a little cross-eyed too. So now this is oriented in the same orientation as this graphic here. Here's your band switch installed into the thing, and here is where this is located in relationship to the band switch. This side, this face, would be facing forwards or to the front of the chassis, and this one here would be facing to the rear of the chassis. Reading from the 1 o'clock position, we got a blue wire connected to this terminal. There, on this terminal, there is a mica cap that goes off to the B8 tube. Here, going up into the can, it goes up into the top part of the tower, is a brownish, I call it a brown wire. Here on the next one at 9 o'clock position is a blue cloth colored wire. This one over here is a blue rubber coated wire. This one here at the 7 o'clock position is a white, what I call the white wire. And the one on the 5 o'clock position is a black wire. And of course this one here that goes up to the top part of the tower is a red wire. And here you can see them right here, a blue, a brown. There is a cap number 5 that comes off and goes to pin 3 of the B8 tube. The blue here at the 9 o'clock position, it comes off, it goes to the band switch. The white wire comes off that and goes to the band switch. The red wire comes off and goes to the band switch, and the black wire comes off and goes, everybody say, the band switch. Okay, so there you have it. So we're going to take it out of its case, out of its can. We're going to extract it, and we're going to look at it. So stand by. Okay, we got it out of there, and this little cardboardy thingy, chingy chongy thingy here, you might have to take this cloth covered blue wire off at the 9 o'clock position in order to get this off, unless there's enough slop there that you can get it around that. Let me get this thing nipped right there so we can see if we could go ahead and get it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and put that in your sock drawer so you don't lose it. Okay, now I can see right now I'm not sure. Yeah, that is a wire. So there's little wires running everywhere in this thing, as you can see them here. I mean, some going this way, some going that way, some going that way. So just handle with care. Now, you see here my graphic. Now, I did not, when I drew this up and took readings off of it initially, this was probably done about a year ago, maybe longer than that. I'm not really sure. It doesn't indicate up here which 529 it was. This is 529_7, so this is the 7th one I've done. So if you notice here, if you can see it, I got a dot there, and it says it's a yellow dot. Here is the yellow dot. And it's in the same axis as these two mounting posts for the tube into the can. So noting the way I've got these numbered right here, lighting's not too good. Yellow dot facing me. This one would be 1. The next one around going clockwise would be 2. The one in the rear back here is 3. 4 is this one over here, and 5 would be this one over here. 1 and 5 being adjacent to the dot. This side over here on the left side at the top of the tower is 6, and this one over here 180 degrees from that is 7. So you can see pretty much now how this thing here was mounted into the can with this dot facing to the right side of the chassis, or the tuner side of the chassis, towards the tuner. Let's put it that way. Let me get these coils here identified of how they connect to these things, and we'll be right back. One thing I was going to check was there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's 5 coils mounted up on here. I've yet to validate. I'm sure I validated that to the schematic. There should be 5 coils on it. So let me get that much of it done, and we'll be right back. Okay, I think I've gone through and got the information, Kimosabi. They say, Tonto, don't go to town. Hopefully you can see, let me get my poker here. Hopefully you can see my chicken scratches here, color coding. Okay, the upper 2 coils, well actually the upper 3 coils, that one slightly larger, that one right underneath it, and this one all connect to number 6 up here, as far as I could tell. Now any of this information that I give you on this, if you're going to make the attempt yourself to check out the things and everything, if you're getting invalid stuff on your particular coil, you're going to have to investigate whether the facts that I gave you are real. Or I don't want to say the truth, but are real. So I can see the wires on this side, and I have to shine a light up the tube in order to see any wires running down through there. Now I had to, there was an excess of gamma globula down the tube inside there, hiding some of the wires, especially the little tiny thin wires. So I used a turbo torch to flash down the tube for a few instantaneous blasts down through there to thin out the and get the wax to run, revealing anything that was going up through there, and you'll be able to see it. Like that little dimple right there, that is where one of these wires, I believe it's this heavier coil right here, goes through, comes down, and it ties into this lug number 5. So darn horse, these first 3 coils at the top all connect to number 6 up here. It's a common. Number 7 over here comes off, and it ties to the other side of these coils. These 2 coils right here. So that is one circuit. This one here, the other end of it comes off, comes down here and ties to number 4 down here. That is this one. Comes off, comes down the inside, and comes back up and ties to number 4. The next coil down, or number 4 coil down on the line here, it also ties to number 4. And the other end of it comes down here and ties to number 5. That's what we were just, one of the ones we were just looking at. So that coil is comprised, that's coated green. This one up here is coated orange. Now this one here, it has a, I don't know, a tickler coil on it, a pickup coil or whatever. There is 2 coils in one right here. There is this purplish, purple violet color, ties to number 5, and the other end ties to number 3 on the back side. So that is that big coil. How do I know that? Well, because of the wire. I can see the wire, and it's the same size as this coil. Now, the little tiny one that you're having a hard time seeing, you see that wire coming off of there and going through there and up through here, it comes up through here, and there's a dot right there. I think that dot is what they use to ensure that that coil is going to stay put until it gets creamed on by the wax. So turn it back to the same condition here. That little tickler is coated, I don't know what the hell that thing is. It looks more magenta or whatever. It comes down here and ties to lug 1. The other side, and you can see the little tiny wire wrapped up and around here. It comes through that hole. it comes down here and ties to number 2. So that in effect is yeah, boy, I tell you, man, taking that prostate what is it called, tamsuin, it it'll bring out some weird side effects, man. Runny nose and froggy throat. All right, back. So we've color coded this in for your viewing pleasure. Hopefully you can see that all right. These lugs over here that I've got with values on it, those were other conditions were met for these. I think this was taken inside. Well, this was still mounted inside and connected. So in this, for this verification or this valuization, these are valid here out of the can. 1 to 2, which is that little tickler coil, is 0.5 ohms. 3 to 5, which is the larger coil, is 0.2 ohms. The next coil up, this green coated one, goes from 4 to 5. It is 0.4 ohms. This coil here ties to 6 and to 4. 6 into 4, that's this coil here. 4 to 6. 3.5 ohms. And this last one up here, or I should say this double coil up here, connects 6 to 7. It is 7.6 to 7. Oh, 10.1 ohms. And there is 1, 2, let's see. That's it. I believe that is it. So, let me see here. Here is what I found on the schematic. Here's your little tickler coil right there, whatever the heck. That is pin 1 and pin lug 1, lug 2. Lug 3, lug 5, lug 4, lug 6. This shares that, so that is lug 1. Lug 6, and this is shared for both of these. And 6 and 7. So actually what we have in there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coils. And I think I originally said 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, the 6th one is that little tickler thing right there. So, that being the case, following the hookups to it on my little point-to-point, all of this connects from A to B. Switch A, or let's put it this way, side A and side B. Get this out of the way. Over here you'll see A, B. So all those connections go on that, with the exception of this mica that comes off of lug 1, 2, 3, 4, lug 4, and goes to lug 3, pin 3 of the B8 tube. So, now 1, 2, 3, pin 3, lug 3. I better shut up before I go there and start salting my foot. Okay, so That's how we figured that one out, is we matched the contacts here and the connections with the connections to here, according to my chicken scratches here. So I've blabbed enough. Let's pull the plug on this segment and get this posted up. And what else are we going to do? We're going to move to the IF cans. So thanks for watching.